Ustadh Rahman, he's saying about ruling by Kufr. Even if you rule by all by Kufr, you're not kafir. Let me just play it, yeah?
But if a person takes a constitution, rules by this, doesn't ascribe it to Allah, doesn't say it's halal for me, doesn't say that it's better than the ruling of Allah, doesn't make it equal to the ruling of Allah, knows that he's sinning and wrong for him to do it, this is my major sin. It's a major sin. Even if he changes the whole constitution of the country.
If he changes the whole constitution of the country.
Even if he changes the whole constitution of the country. All of it. And it rules by a man-made law. This person is a sinner.
So he's saying that even if he changes all the rules, he's just a sinner. As long as he doesn't believe the rule is better than Allah's reveal, it's not. He doesn't deny it.
Where he get this condition? Read the ayah of Hukm. لم يحكم, did not rule, even forsaken the rule of Allah, ruling with nothing else. Leave the people judge between the same they like. I'm not going to interfere in this point. Where he is obliged by the Sharia and evidence, where everything is well established with this certificate evidence, he still doesn't rule. Like, for example, you could with this say, oh, the people can do usury between the I won't going to involve that. I am not able to, I'm not going to enforce it, or I am not able to enforce it. So he forsakes the ruling of whatever. Let them apply whatever they think, and they carry the same they think. That's not ruling, that's leaving the ruling of Allah. He did not rule with that Allah did. Because what Allah did about usury is that Allah and Messenger had declared the one board. So he has to be accounted and prevented by force. That's one specifically. So saying usury. For example, let's take the usury one, which is simple and easy to understand. So he cannot even leave the people, even to say banks, I don't grant them licenses. Maybe they have license international one, or maybe they make a technical or management agreement with the central bank. The central bank is concerned about the currency. That's all what they're concerned about, and so on. And them just abstaining. Still, this is an act of kufr, and he is, if he knows that the ruling of Allah is to prevent that and administer the punishment, then he is forsaken the ruling of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he is by this, does not rule. And if he has no excuses in his person, whatever it is, he is then a kafir. If there's an excuse, maybe he's muta'awwil, maybe. All these other conditions. The person, about the person, about the act, the pure act, the pure type. These people are donkeys. They don't differentiate between the pure act and then how come it came from kufr into fisk only, or sin? It should be, if there's an excuse, maybe there's no sin. Maybe he's forced to permit usury banking because his ports and roads coming in the country are under siege of a world power. He's threatening to destroy the country, and they have the power to do it. So he's acting under duress. Which is not only not sinful, he's worthy of reward. To take the country from destruction according to his judgment. That's what we ask Yawm al-Qiyamah. So how come that he came down only to sin in the case? No. It doesn't need to be a sin in the first case. We're not talking about sin and not sin, committed himself selling and buying usury. No. We're talking about the system, the ruling. The ruling is different than doing an act. You may be a very clean man that never commit adultery and zina. But if it comes to you in a court, and you are a Muslim for judge in an Islamic court, others say, I'm in a secular court. Then the question will be, why join a secular court? Is that permissible in Islam? That's another issue. But let's assume you in a country claims to be Islamic. And the ruler make an issue. If someone is coming to with the issue of adultery, don't apply the legal punishment, the lashes. Forget about stoning, it's abrogated anyway. Like, not apply it. Does it mean that you are adulterer? No, you are not. But you are forsaking the ruling which is supposed to be, if it's become public and witnesses are there, everything is complete as it should be, the punishment has to be administered. It cannot be forsaken or forgiven. If you have no excuse and know it's the ruling of Allah and it comes to your step as a judge, then you are stuck. Either you administer it, or you forsake it, and then you have committed an act of kufr. If you have excuse and so on, then you have an excuse. It's not even sinful. This situation is not sinful or extremely sinful. No, situation is either kafir, out of order of Islam, or in Islam, because you have a proper excuse, a barring condition for classifying you as a person as a kafir. But the act remains still an act of kufr in itself, as defined. People, I wonder about people.
Okay, so that's it. I think that should be good.
Leave a judge. As you are a single person, you may abstain from adultery and so on. You are clean yourself, but you say, I don't believe this ruling is obligatory for everyone. خلاص, red card, you are out. And you should have an excuse. For example, why did you say that? Actually, behind you, someone's machine gun is holding, and you cannot face death. You are not able to become a martyr. Fine. Jurist. Or you ignorant that's prohibited for Muslim and non-Muslims. But non-Muslim will not be at this level of punishment. They would be treated according to their religion. Like Ali ibn Abi Talib, one young Muslim fornicated with a young Christian, I think, or Jews. And the witness said everything is established. He said he administered 100 lashes for the young man, the Muslim, and said for the woman, give her to her people, because they have their own structure and their own church. They do a deal here according to their deen. The Islamic prohibition apply to Muslims. If it's for them a sin or according to the system, let them administer. It's a good ijtihad. And actually what Ali ibn Talib is essentially, I am convinced, is the ruling of Allah in that case. The lashes are only for those who commit zina, who are Muslims, believing in the ruling of Islam. Others one from another religion, you have to sort out what's happening. That's not like rape. Rape is an act of war, public war. Whoever rapes or being raped or allowed to be raped, whatever it is, that's another treatment, whatever religion is. So highway brigands who rape a woman. The woman is Christian and so on. Still, she can ask for them to be executed for the crime of rape, not for the zina. That's not the issue. For the act of war committed against her, which should not be committed because she is a citizen and she has the protection, the same protection like a Muslim, from being raped or violated against her will. That's another issue together. That's the ruling of Allah. But people do not understand that is their problem. You have to ask the firm scholars like Ali ibn Abi Talib and so on, not the donkey Madkhali or semi-donkey, so great fuqaha like Ahmed bin Hanbal and Malik, who do not know the tail of the head of the donkey. With all respect, I don't want to offend anybody. Some other fatwas are so shameless, you scratch your head. How could this happen to Islam and Muslims? But it happened. Because nobody with the students were opening as I Sheikh, that's kind of go like this. No. Malik Akbar. Khalas, he made the ruling, his ruling is final. As even كان وراء the book of Allah.